And if that parent, that family member doesn't want to abide by the boundaries that you set, you got to cut them off. And I know it might be harsh, but is it though? Because why, if somebody loves you that much, why can't they respect what you say when you say, I'm setting this boundary because of this? Oh my goodness, y'all. It is snowing in the D. Michigan at its finest. Make sure y'all go grab your tea, your coffee, your coconut water, your wine, whatever you need. Go ahead and sit down and let's chat. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, my name is MK, Seasons of MK. Yeah. Today I am sipping on some lemon ginger tea. Look at the mug, y'all. Look at the mug. Because your girl loves a great mug. I'm the mug queen, okay? Should put a little more honey in that. But if we know anything about life, we know that life is teaching us a lot of lessons, right? Child, I'm only 28. What? Why I gotta learn so many lessons? But let me tell y'all what I've learned in my 20s, because I'm close to 30. We getting there. Let's talk about what I've learned so far. And if you are in your early 20s, hopefully this can stop you from stressing, and just go at your 20s with ease and enjoyment, because we stress ourselves out a little too much. Bookie, especially women. Women have higher standards. Maybe I shouldn't, but no. I feel like women have a lot higher standards than men our age in the 20s. We really do. There's a select few men. I'm not saying all. So if there's a man watching, slow your roll, pump your brakes, chill, hold your nuts. But yeah, let's get into these quick lessons, boo. Starting off in our 20s, we get out of school at 18, 17. We go right into college, or you might take a break, you feel me? But there is this preconceived thought that you're supposed to have it all figured out. And that's not how it works, especially when it comes to you getting out of high school and going to college. It's like you got your plans, you know what you're going to do, you're going to get that degree and whatnot. And half the time when you're in high school and you're getting out of high school, about to go to college, most of the time you don't even know what you want to go to college for. And I feel like we are pressured by our parents to go to college because it was go to college, get a good job, you're set. We can obviously see that's not how it works. Even our parents are having this rude awakening that just because you went to college, just because you secured that degree, does not mean you secured a long-term career. And half the time, the people that got the degrees aren't even working in the field where they got the degree. So, come on now. Short way to say it is, you're not going to have everything figured out. Life is a process. Do not rush the process, because rushing things has you making more mistakes than you really need to make. Mistakes are good because you learn from them, but the unnecessary ones can be avoided if you just grow slow, enjoy the process, and just honestly go with the flow. And this is kind of like a 2-in-1 with the you're not supposed to have everything figured out. I feel like social media plays a huge part in that, because we see a lot of 18-year-olds, early 20-year-olds, if you're getting closer to your 30s, or if you're in your 30s or 40s, you see all of these younger kids, these younger people having this success, especially because the internet takes the cakes when it comes to starting you a new job, creating your business. You have so many avenues using the internet to make money. And the older generation was not taught these things. So there's a lot of people in the older generation that still don't know what they want to do. And They're trying to figure it all out and get discouraged because they see the younger generation having all of this success, having the big house, having all the cars, the clothes. The older generation sometimes feels like, well, I'm too old to even do anything, so I'm gonna just wallow. I'm gonna sit in my own sorrows because it's past my time. But you have to get with the times. You have to get with the times. You cannot let the new age era of everything that you're able to do now, you can't let that run you off. Just because you didn't do it back in your 20s, your early 20s, your early 30s, your teens, does not mean that you can't do that right now. This perception that social media puts out, it brings more of a challenge when it comes to your mental state of being. So I want you to detach from social media. Do not compare yourself to all these people on social media, and just remember that everything on social media isn't what it seems. It's always a highlight reel. That's all you're going to see for the most part, unless you're really dealing with somebody that's posting some real stuff. It's always going to be the highlight reel. One of my next lessons that I found really monumental in my 20s is being okay to change. And you should not be afraid of change. If there's a lot of people that's around you that says you switch up on them or whatnot, or saying that you're not the same that you were back in high school, this is not how you acted before, cut those people off. Cut them off at the kneecaps, boo. It's time to let them go ahead and scoot into somebody else's life, because we can't have that here. You can't be afraid of change for yourself, because change is going to always happen. If you're not changing, what are you doing? You're going to be in the same place, feeling the same way. You're just going to be stagnant. We don't want that for ourselves. But if you have people around you that don't want you to change, it's bad. It's a bad influence. It's a bad deal for you. Get rid of them, people. Get rid of them, please. You have to change to grow. The butterfly doesn't become a butterfly without going through the caterpillar stage, the chrysalis stage, and then pushing its way out into the butterfly. That's why Seasons of MK is here, because I'm ever changing, and I really want to just enjoy that process. There's things about me that I want to change, and sometimes I get afraid of making these changes because I'm like, well, what if I do lose certain people? What if certain people start thinking this way or that way about me? Forget what them people are talking about. They're not meant to be in your life anyways. Everybody that you were hanging out with before cannot go with you to the next level. And there are so many people that say that, but it is true. A lot of times, this is what blocks your blessings. Oh my God, somebody need to hear this. That is exactly what blocks your blessings. You are holding on to people that aren't meant to enjoy the blessings that you receive. So God said, I'm going to hold out. I'm going to wait to give you these things until you get rid of that dead weight. I'm going to give you that opportunity once you get that baggage up off you. Oh, somebody needs to hear that. Shoot, I know for me, a lot of the blessings that I received wouldn't come until I got away from my ex. But it just goes to show you can't receive the blessings that you want until you let go of that dead weight, or until you let go of those people that are not supposed to be there. Not everyone can go with you. I have to sip my tea on this one because it's hot. Now, I know quite a few of us have this problem, but setting boundaries, honey, you better learn how to do that in your early 20s, or if not in your early 20s now, ASAP Rocky, okay? Because setting boundaries really it carries throughout your life. The relationships you have with people, in all relationships. You cannot allow your boundaries to be overstepped, whether that's by family, whether that's by a coworker, a boss, a friend. You better cut that. Cut that right now. My grandmother always says, start how you want to finish. Start how you want to finish. So if you start letting people keep going on with those red flags, you gonna keep accepting them things? You gonna keep looking at each red flag and just keep collecting them, boys? No. You have to have boundaries. You have to have boundaries. And once you let people overstep your boundaries, it's it's pretty difficult to backtrack and start telling them, well, no. Because that person's already sitting there like, I've been doing this all this time. I've been treating this person like this all this time. Who are you to tell me that that's not how you want to be treated when I've been treating you like this all this time? It's hard to backtrack once you allow somebody to keep overstepping. So start off right. Set that boundary. This is what I'm not about to deal with. Consequences, I'm out of there. And when you say that, in any situation that you're in, if it's a boss that's disrespecting you, a coworker, whatever, get out of there. Boss, coworker, especially in work situations, regardless, they don't care about you. They will replace you. But are you allowing your mental state of mind to crumble being in a toxic environment with toxic people that don't give about you anyways? And then especially when it comes to friends and family, that's where our pain comes from the most. That's where the initial trauma comes from. You got family members that be talking down to you. And shoot, it could be your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa. And those are usually the people that do it. That's where you usually get your initial first trauma. It's sad to say, but it's true. And then growing up with that trauma, either you suppress it and you keep allowing them to add more and more on to you, and you just keep taking it until you blow up, or you go to therapy, you talk to that therapist, and you learn how to set clear boundaries. And if that parent, that family member doesn't want to abide by the boundaries that you set, you got to cut them off. And I know it might be harsh, but is it though? Because why, if somebody loves you that much, why can't they respect what you say when you say, I'm setting this boundary because of this? I'm tired of being hurt by you. This is ridiculous. I don't care if you my mommy, you my daddy. Shoot, I've cut my father off plenty of times, and he is cut off to this day because boundaries not respected. He is a very disrespectful person. It's neither here nor there. I'm a grown woman. Just because you're the sperm donor does not give you the leeway, okay? You don't want to be traumatized for the rest of your life. You don't want to heal and go to therapy and, finally talk through this pain just to keep allowing the person, the perpetrator, back in your life to keep doing the same stuff. It was like, then would you go to therapy and figure out this problem in the first place? No, baby. We healing and we letting the people go that give us that trauma. Set your boundaries. Now for this next one, self-care. I feel like a lot of early 20-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds, I feel like this generation knows that self-care is essential. But if you don't, that's one of the things I've learned in my 20s. Self-care is like one of the best things that you can practice. Self-care isn't just spa and, mani-pedi, hair, blah, blah, blah. It's not just that. It's your mental health, doing therapy, it's journaling, it's going to the gym, it's eating right. Self-care is it's a 360 view of you and taking care of every part of it, okay? Now, I said this earlier. Mistakes are lessons. They really are. So don't be afraid to try things and go for whatever you want to go for. If you want to create that business, go ahead and create it. I know a lot of things can seem so intimidating because there's a lot of work that goes behind some things, especially when it comes to like online digital marketing, social media, content creation. If that's the avenue you want to go down, it can be intimidating because one, this market is super oversaturated. Two, when it comes to digital products and marketing, everybody has a course. Everybody and their mama and granny got a course, okay? What's going to make you stand out? Three, you really have to sell yourself. If you're not a salesy person, trust me, I get it because I'm not either. I'm not about to sell you no course on how you did this, how you did. I'm not about to do that. But if you try something and you see it doesn't work out, don't feel any type of way. Just go on to the next thing. It was a lesson learned. And you can also figure out the reason why it didn't work out if that is the avenue you want to go down. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about giving up after it doesn't work the first time. Because everything doesn't work the first time. It doesn't. If you go back and you find the mistakes that you made, correct them and keep it pushing. Allow every mistake to be a blessing and a lesson for you to ascend to the higher heights and get you where you want to go. Y'all, this is a big one. I'm still learning it now, but saying no without an explanation. I know there's man, everybody does this for the most part, unless they've learned the lesson and they don't care anymore. Saying no with no explanation. I don't feel like it. No. Let's normalize not explaining ourselves when we don't want to. I don't have to tell you why I don't want to do something. I don't have to do something because I feel guilty. And if you got people that make you feel guilty, cut them off at the legs too. We are eliminating all of these people in 2025. Remove them from your life. But let's normalize saying no, you guys. There is no reason you have to explain yourself. There is no reason for you to feel guilty. If you don't feel like you really want to do that in your spirit, there is a reason why. Your body is going to tell you the first time, every time. It's like, example. Now, I know I be getting a little, once you guys get to know me, I like to talk about these things. But say you messing with a guy, right? Your girl desert dry. Help me dry, okay? She's telling you she don't like that nigga. And that's it. That's it. Don't ever let a dude make you feel like you're not, you don't suffice. Your stuff ain't good enough. It's them. And your body is telling you. Okay? Okay. That's her telling you no. But see, a lot of times, you see her telling you no, and you still be like, oh, I'm going to try and make it work because I don't want to make him feel bad or, make this situation awkward. Nah. Get out of there, baby. Get out of there. If she could say no, you could say no. Okay? I hit this one before, but comparing yourself, do not do that. Don't do that. We are all different people going down different paths. And maybe you want to end up being like somebody else, right? You want to have the same career as somebody else. Your path is not going to be the same as theirs to get there. There's no reason for you to compare yourself to people on social media. Do not compare your body. Please don't. Please don't. That is one of the biggest issues I had in my 20s was comparing myself to the influencers I was seeing online. Yeah, and it made me want to do the BBL. It made me want to get the fat transfer, get the lipo. I wanted all that. And honestly, it's kind of a relief to see that a lot of the people that was getting the BBLs and stuff, they're getting that taken out. So, I mean, on some people, it still look really nice. But for you to compare yourself, especially your body, to another woman's body online, when you don't even know if they really look like that, most of these pictures are edited, y'all. Edited, and it is bad. Like, the editing is ridiculous. Don't go comparing yourself and then wanting to go under the knife to look like somebody who don't even look like what they are portraying that they look like. But in all aspects, don't compare yourself. Don't compare your journey. I am almost 30 years old. I'm going to say I do not have my own place right now. I live with my mom and my granny. And sometimes I sit here, I'm like, shouldn't I be farther? Shouldn't I have my house? Shouldn't I be where the 19-year-olds that own a business and are making millions of dollars are? Shouldn't that be me because I'm older? But it's not. It's not. And everything works the way it's supposed to. And there's a reason to it. And honestly, I'm grateful for where I'm at right now. I really am. I have a son. I couldn't imagine it just being me and my son, especially in this world. Like, I'm more than grateful. I'd advocate everybody to kind of just get houses together at this point, because for our skin tone, for our people, Yeah, we got to come together and protect each other. But it is what it is. But one thing I really had to stop doing was comparing myself and comparing my journey. And within growing and becoming your best self, you want a great tribe of people. People of like minds, people that are going places, not these people that overstep your boundaries, that make you uncomfortable, that low key be throwing shade. We don't want any of that. Vibrations need to be high. Energy travels, y'all. That's one thing people cannot lie about is their energy. There are too many, especially women, jealous, toxic, phony women out here. That's why it's so hard to make friends. For me, I'm like, the women, they be having some strange energy. And it's always like, if you don't look like the Instagram model, because all the women almost looking the same at this point, Instagram model, big old ant looking booty, tiny waist, all the longest hair. And it's not like, if this is what you look like, I'm not throwing shade at you. But I'm saying this to say, if you don't look like that, the girls that you like, the girls that are friends and look like that will always look at you as an outcast for the most part. It happens to me. Y'all, I work in the entertainment industry. I know it firsthand. It's weird. It gives me uncomfortable feeling, uncomfortable vibe. So I stick to myself. But the few people that I do have in my life, they're people of good energy, high vibration. They're learning things too. Sometimes y'all might butt heads, but you can tell the difference between having someone genuine and that wants the best for you versus someone that's jealous and says that they want the best for you. Just keep in mind who you got in your circle. And lastly, we must know this. Happiness isn't something that's external, you guys. It is something that comes from within. This is why I'm such a huge advocate for therapy. It doesn't matter how much you have materialistically, the cars, the clothes, the houses. That does not matter. Getting your hair and your nails done, that does not matter. All the money you spend on makeup and getting your face beat, that does not matter. There are so many people that have so much materialistically, that look so pretty, that, can do it all, that feel miserable inside. Because happiness does not come from the external, it comes from within. So, if you are having any feelings that make you feel low vibrational, that has you feeling down in the dumps, I advise you, please go talk to a therapist. I'm telling you, it does help. It does. We have so many people out here that are struggling mentally, thinking that getting this is going to give them this validation and this freedom and this good feeling. And that feeling, it lasts for all of 2 seconds, and then they're back feeling low again. And if you do feel low and you use substances, go seek help. I don't care if it's weed. Go seek help. Weed can be an addiction. It can. And that's just the harsh truth. Do not use anything to try and feel something when you might not really feel like that. Go to a therapist. Go journal it out. Go talk to the Most High. Do whatever you need to do. But do not run to no substance. Do not think that buying something, buying a new dress, buying a new house, buying a new car is going to resolve that feeling. Money can buy things, but it cannot buy happiness, y'all. Anyways, this video is going on a little longer than I thought it would. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off right here. I hope this resonated with some of y'all. because I'm just giving y'all that real deal. I'm almost 30 and I feel like I could have cut out a lot of stress in my 20s if I knew these things. So now you guys do. You guys do, and I really hope this helps. But until next time, I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace, love, and light. I'm out.